In the next part of this web programming tutorial, we will focus on CSS. So you use CSS to specify the contents of web pages. So CSS is part of the web programming triangle, where we have these three building blocks, which is essential for creating all kind of web pages and web applications. So you use HTML to define the contents of the web pages, while you use CSS to specify the layout of the web pages, and then you use JavaScript to program the behavior of the web pages. So let's dig into this part, this CSS or cascading style sheets. So here you see a basic example where CSS or cascading style sheets is used to format and present the layout of the web pages. So here you have a basic web application, and inside this tag style start and style end, you can specify different layout like fonts, colors, text alignment, text sizes, different types of fonts like Verdana, etc. And then you see the result here. Here for this header 1 section, in this case, where I am having here introduction here, while this one is without any styling, CSS styling. Here I have used CSS styling, where I say that this header 1 should be of this font type. It should have font size 40, it should have color blue, and it should be left aligned like this. This is just a basic example how you can change the color, the font types, the alignment, etc. on different objects in an HTML web page. So let's use the page that we have already created. So in a previous part we created this basic HTML page where we have a header, a body section, and inside the body we have a header 1 and a paragraph, which you see here. And this is so far without any CSS styling. So then let's see how we can just include some CSS styling here. So then we can define a tag called style like this, and then we have an end style, and in between here we can define some styling for the let's define some styling for this header. Then we can just specify header 1 like this, and then here we can define different things for that header, like font size, font color, etc. So let's start to specify font size. Then I'll just select this one, and then you can select either in pixels or in percent. So then just define it to be 40 pixel like this. So let's just save it, and now I have this index file open here in my local web browser. Then I can just click refresh, and then you see this header section becomes larger. Let's see if we can change the color as well. So then you can just use the color and set it to one of the predefined colors, like just browse through the list here. You can have let's say we want to use this color, then you just select that one and click save. I click to refresh here now, and then you see it changes this header to this specific color. Here you can also specify, now we have specified CSS styling for this header 1. Let's do the same for this paragraph. Then you can just type here paragraph like this, and then you could have use the font size here also. Font size should be 20 pixel, and color should be brown or something like this, and then you just click save, and then click refresh here, and then you see this paragraph became a bit larger, and it changes the color to this brown color that we specified here. That's basically how you use basic CSS as part of your HTML web page. So this is an example how you can use CSS as part of your HTML web page, where we use this style tags, style start and style end, and include it somewhere in your HTML page like this, either below the head section and before the body section like this. But there are also other ways that you can use and include CSS in your web pages. So I guess there are three main different ways that you can insert and use CSS. These are called internal style sheet. Actually, that's the first example we have made, where we use this style section inside the HTML page like this, and then you can define different styles for the different HTML tags like H1, etc. And then these HTML tags will be changed according to the colors, font size, etc. that you specify here. So that's the first one, internal style sheets. And we define that by using this style tag inside your HTML page. Another way is called inline style. And inline style loses many of the advantages of using a style sheet. So I guess in general this is not a recommended way to do it, but sometimes it's also good to use this form of styling. The third and recommended way is to use an external style sheet. Then basically you can create one CSS file that you can use in all of your HTML files. Then if you change, then in that way you can change the CSS styling in one file, and then if you have 100 or 1000 different web pages, and then you change the style of a header one or something in that CSS file, all the web pages will automatically change according to the style that you specify in this external style sheet. So let's just go through these different types of using CSS with some basic examples. So we started already with this first type, internal CSS, where we was using this style start and style end, and then inside here we define the different styles for the different HTML tags like this. And in our example, we just made this basic example where we had a basic HTML file where we define some styles here in this style section, where we define a style for the header one and for the paragraph. And then we use the header one here, and then you see that the styling appears for that HTML tag, and the same for the paragraph tag that we defined here, and the styling for that paragraph here. That's what we call for internal style sheet. And then the second example is called inline CSS. And then for inline CSS, we can use the style attribute for a single HTML tag. Here you see some example. If you assume we have a header one tag, then we can specify the style directly within that tag like this. And then you typically specify the name of the property, like color size, etc., and then the property value like this. In this case, chocolate, which is the name of that color that you specify here in the property. Or for the paragraph tag, you can specify similar style, and then color or color size, etc., and then specify the property value like this. So let's go back to our simple example and see how we can use inline CSS in our example. And now we are back in our example where we have this basic web page, where we have this header one here and the paragraph here with this styling and this styling for the header one and for the paragraph. And now let's just assume we want to make some more header ones. We could have one header one for call where we have HTML like this, and then a paragraph like this, and then let's create another one where we have CSS like this. I'll just save it and now click refresh here, and then you see we have 3 headers. This is header 1, this is header 1, and this is header 1, and then you see all get the same styling because we have used an internal style sheet here. But assume we want to have another styling for one of them, like this HTML, which we have here. So by default they use all the same styling that we have defined here, but assume for this header here we want to use another styling. So then we can use this inline CSS. So then we can specify here style, and then we specify the property. In this case we want to change the color, and then we want to use another color for that one. Let's say we want to use this green color or something like this. I save it and then click refresh, and then you see only this is changing using this color. So here we are using what you call inline CSS. You can use that one to change the styling for parts of your HTML like this, while this welcome and CSS, which you have here and here, are using this internal style sheet that we have created here. So this HTML page that we have here is both using an internal CSS style sheet, which is the default for all HTML tags, but if you want to change it for specific elements like this one, then you can use what you call inline CSS that you show an example of here. The third recommended option, or typically I guess you use a mix of these different types of CSS types, either internal CSS, inline CSS, or using external CSS. So with external CSS you typically create an external file where you put all the styling, and then you just save that file with the CSS extension like this. So here I have created a style sheet called stylesheet.css, and then I have specified the layout for the body section, for the header 1, and the paragraph like this. And then inside my different HTML files, in the header section I can specify what kind of styling I want to use, and then refer to that external style sheet like this. So let's see how we can use external CSS in our example. So then we start by creating this external CSS file. So now I just go to file, new here, specify what type of file, and then we can call it whatever we like. I can call it style sheet.css like this. So name of the file can be whatever you like, but it has to have this ending .css like this. So then create file, and then we can specify some styling for that one, assuming we want to have some styling for the body like this. Then we can have background color something, and assume we want to have this as a background color like this, and then we can save it. And now if you go back to our HTML file, so far if we refresh it, it looks similar as previous because we haven't included that external style sheet yet, but let's do that in the header section. So then below the header title here or above, it's the same. We can specify a link, and then what type, which should be a style sheet like this, and type, then we just use text/CSS, and then we specify href, which is the name of the actual file. So in our case it's called style sheet.css like this, and then this end tag. I click save, and now in our index.html file we have now specified that we want to use the styling that are in this style sheet which we have created here. And here I have specified that the background should be of this color. Now sorry, now I change it without like this, and now we can just click refresh here, and then you see the background has been changed to this background color. And now actually we have used all three styling in together. So we have used this external style sheet where we have specified the background color, which is this color. Here in the internal CSS we have specified the styling for the header 1 and the paragraph like this, which we have specified here. But this specific header, which is this HTML header here we want to use another color than the styling we specify here. So here we specify we want to use this green color. So in this HTML file we have used inline CSS here and here and here and here. We have used internal CSS, and for the background color we have used this external CSS. So here in the internal CSS, here we have specified the header and the color, etc. Let's see how if I also specify that styling here in the external style sheet. So here I assume I want to have another color, not this color, but another color. It could be this color. So now here I have specified header 1 with this color in the external style sheet, and here I have used also header 1 as in the internal style sheet. So let's see what's happening now. I click refresh here, and actually you see nothing happens because it will use this internal style sheet instead of the external style sheet. But assuming now I'm changing this to header 2 like this, now see now it changes this one and this one to the styling that is specified here in the external style sheet, because now we have no styling for header 1 in the internal style sheet like this. So then it is using the external style sheet for those. But still here it is using this inline CSS styling. So basically you can use a mix of inline styling, internal CSS styling and external CSS styling like this. So far in this web programming tutorial we have given an overview of HTML, and in this part we gave an overview of CSS, and in the next part we will give a short overview of JavaScript.